All right, good evening, kids. So what we're gonna do is as I said earlier, I'm gonna post this video of me working some extra problems. So if you need help, you can refer to this. All right. So here we solve using the quadratic formula. So let's remind ourselves that the quadratic formula is x is equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2 times a. All right. So when using this, we're gonna solve these examples. So if I look at the first one here, all right. So using this is a, this is b, and this is c. All right. So a is 5, b is negative 3, and c is negative 21. So x is equals to negative times negative 3 plus or minus the square root of negative 3 squared minus 4 times 5 times minus 21 all over 2 times 5. So come down here. X is equals to 3 plus or minus. So we have 3 plus or minus the square root of 9. Negative is positive, so I have 4 times 5 times 21. So 4 times 5 times 21 is equals to 420 all over 10. X is equals to 3 plus or minus the square root of 429 all over 10. And here, since I cannot simplify my answer any further, I'm going to box it and leave it as this. All right, so that's me applying the quadratic formula. So let's look at the second problem here. X is equals to negative, again this is A, B, and C. So x is equals to negative b, which is minus 8, plus or minus the square root of minus 8 square minus 4 times 10 times negative 5 all over 2 times 10. So from here we can say x is equals to 8 plus or minus the square root of 64, negative and negative positive, plus 5 4 is 20, this is 200 over 20. X is equals to 8 plus or minus square root of 264 over 20. Alright, so 264 over 20. So this 264 can be reduced to, what can 264 be? The square root. 264 is anything as the square root of 66 times the square root of 4, which is 2 root 66. Alright, so we're going to use this here. So x is equals to 8 plus or minus 2 root 66 over 10. And this I can simplify. I can simplify this or reduce this by saying if I factor out the 2, so I'm going to simplify by factoring out a 2 and cancel. So when I do that, I'm going to get x is equals to 4 plus or minus root 66 all over 5. Boom. There's my answer. All right. All over 20, all over 10, sorry. And that is my answer. All right, so let's look at two more examples, and then I'll just go ahead and post it. If you have any questions, you call. So this second one, using the same thing again. All right, so x, first let's identify a, b, and c here. So a is equals to 1, b is equals to 0 because there is no b here, and c is equals to negative 16. All right, this problem is the difference of two squares, so you can have b plus b plus 4 and b minus 4 equals 0, but I'm going to solve it using the quadratic formula, okay, because these are perfect squares. So we have, in this case, it will be b, but I'm still going to put x is equals to 0 plus or minus square root 0 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 16, okay, all over 2 times 1. So x is equals to plus or minus the square root of 4 times 16 is 64 over 2. So the square root of 64 is 8, so we have x is equals to plus or minus 8 divided by 2. So since we have two answers, one is going to be x is equals to 8 over 2, which is 4, and one is going to be r, x is equals to negative 8 over 2, which is x is equals to negative 4. So again, from here, I could have figured that out because I could have said b plus 4 equals 0 and b minus 4 equals 0, again, because these are perfect squares. All right, so let's look at one more. All right, let's look at number 10 right here. So on number 10, we have, first thing we got to do here is we got to subtract 5 on both sides because we want to set this equation equals to 0. So we got to subtract 5 on both sides. So when I subtract 5 on both sides, I have 2x squared minus 4x is equals to minus 22 is equals to 0. All right, minus 22 is equal to 0. So now we have a is equals to 2, b is equals to minus 4, and c is equals to negative 22. So from here we have x is equals to negative minus 4 plus or minus the square root of minus 4 r squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 22. All right, all over 2 times 2, which is 4. So x is equals to 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 plus 4 times 2 times 22. 4 times 2 times 22 is equals to 176. Okay? So we got 176 all over 4. So we have 176 plus 16 is equals to 192. So x is equals to 4 plus or minus the square root of 192 all over 4. So this, we're going to simplify this here. 192 root of 192 is the same thing of the root of 16 times the root of 12, which is going to give me 4 root 12. 4 root 12, all right? But But we can do that differently by, instead of using this one, I'm going to say it's root of 192. 192 divided by 36. No, 4, 6. Alright, so we do that 4, 4, 2, 6, 6 root 3. So I can simplify this further, square root of 12, which is 2 root 3. So this becomes 8 root 3. So this here, 192 divided by 3 equals. So I could have used this also by saying the root 192 is equals to the root of 64 times the root of 3, which is 8 root 3. Alright, so that's what I'm going to replace here. So here, by replacing that, I get x is equals to 4 plus or minus 8 root 3 over 4. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a 4 here. So if I factor out a 4 from here, I get 4 times 1 plus or minus 2 root 3. And this is all over 4, so these cancel. So all I'm left with is x is equals to 1 plus or minus 2 root 3. And that is my final answer. Alright, so if you have any questions, again, just feel free to reach out to me or Mr. Lacursi, and I would be happy to help you. Again, remember, you can always go back and forth on the video. This video is just an additional resource to help you. Alright, bye.